we're here with Rory Russell today and Board Riders Review, and we're going to talk to Rory about a bunch of things.
There's really a lot of things going on. That's a very positive note. First of all, Lightning Bolt has started back up again, and they've asked me to be their front man, to represent Poster Boy. In fact, I was thinking about being comeback kid of the year.
Nice.
Now that I've made these boards, I'm ready to paddle back out again. But we'll get to that later. But as far as the Lightning Bolt thing is going, it's really neat that they've actually got control of the trademark.
Nice.
And these people are really down to earth people. They've got them, and they're from Portugal, and they have a Portuguese Lightning Bolt surf team that's really cool. And the surf gets really good in Portugal. And these guys, they've got Jonathan Paskowitz,
nice,
who is going to be heading up, who's going to be running the United States part of the Lightning Bolt program. And he's a good kid. He's a character.
Yeah.
And he's from the Paskowitz family. It's all soul surfing to the max. I mean, you couldn't talk about any more souls, and anybody who's into soul surfing more in the Paskowitz family. And what we're doing right now is actually we're getting established again. We're getting a product out there, a really nice clothing line. Because Lightning Bolt is such a classic icon of surfing. In fact, it is a symbol of surfing, is the Lightning Bolt. And so we're back to making, just your basic Lightning Bolt trunk, something that's really stylish for everybody. It's going to be high-end. We're going to make it all in the United States, so my father would be very proud. Highly decorated war hero, a couple silver stars, a couple bronze stars. He had everything in the book, basically. I was very proud of him. In fact, he was a true life war hero. They sold her better than I played surfer. That's how good he was. But anyhow, because of my father and being in the military, that's the reason I ended up in Hawaii. When I was 10 years old, I turned 11 on the ocean, and I wanted to stay in Pennsylvania and be a baseball champion. I just made a Little League team, then my dad said we're going to Hawaii. I ran away from home, and instead of being a baseball champion, I guess I became a surfing champion. So
awesome.
I kind of got ripped off, but not really.
I know.
But anyhow, we ended up on the North Shore when I was an early age, so I was more of a product of my environment than anything else, I was just like any other 11, 12-year-old kid. We didn't go body surfing, we went body womping. We'd go to Waimea Surf Break and he would get pounded the most, which was really neat because it took away the fear factor as we got older and got into riding bigger waves. The coolest, bitchinest thing, teaching surfing. Everybody dreams of riding a wave, and I make their dream come true. Basically, if they don't stand up right away, if I drown their ass. That's a motivational speech for you. But I really love teaching surfing. Bill Murray flew his family to the Big Island so I could teach them how to surf, and that was, he's a real dear man. We took him to Java in 1980.
Really?
When the surf camp in Java was really something else, in the beginning stages, and we changed his life.
Really?
He said we changed Big Bad Bill into Sweet William. He said he was a ruthless New Yorker in the film industry, and after experience that Java trip, he just went, wow, there's another side of life I've never even known existed. What I do is I sit there and I look at the tide charts, I look at the swell, and I see when the surf's going to be best. Instead of going out at 8 o'clock in the morning, if the tide's better at 11, I'll go out at 11. So it's all really customized. It's like I'm going surfing myself and I'm taking my buddies with me.
That's cool.
It's not a surf school thing. It's like a, let's go surfing type thing. And it's really fun. I get a thrill out of it. I have a guest book that I have everybody sign. And whenever I get all kind of bummed out and start, bummed out, I open up my guest book and I start reading it. And it just, it lifts my spirits in a heartbeat. The best one is, roses are red, violets are blue. Rory made me stand up and save my life too. From what I understand, I'm real good at it. It's like I'm in the water, they're just an extension of me. And I'm in the right spot at the right time, in the right way. Just stay low, look straight ahead, stay low. But from all ages, from 5 or 6 till 71 was the oldest.
Really?
And she got up too. One time I took Kenny Rogers band surfing at Country from my backyard. Surf went from 3 feet to 15 feet in 45 minutes. And they ended up on the rocks at Jocko, the boards were getting smashed. And I was just having a horrifying nightmare. And you know what? They could play music that night.
Really?
So everything was fine. As long as they could perform, man, everything was fine. That was really fun. Gerry and I used to go to the band a lot. Of course, they love Gerry because he's half Japanese, right?
Yeah.
And It was jelly and lolly. Jelly and lolly.
Jelly and lolly.
Yeah, surf gets really, really good there. Not so big, they just lined up on the giant shore break. It was about 6 to 8 feet. It was like pipe.
Yeah.
Just breaking right on, a sandbar thing, and there was like 500 Japanese lining the cliff, and nobody came out. Just Gerry and I just had the perfect left all to ourselves. And then they decided to run the contest, so we wouldn't go in. And then they really got, then they were gonna fire lightning bolt, fire us, disqualify us, basically, put us into the state because we wouldn't come in. All these Japanese guys, they weren't catching the waves anyhow because it was too big. So we just figured, well, they're not going, we're not getting in anybody's way, really. Lolly, jelly, you must come in. I've been shaping boards since I was like 15 years old, 16 years old. Gerry let me use a lot of his boards, and then basically he got tired of me breaking them. And so he just said, look, here's the template, here's the plane. Go for it, man. I'm tired of you breaking all my boards. I had some nightmare experience of catching the wrong wave. I went one time on St. Valentine's Day, I caught one wave and ate it so bad. I was driving down the face, the backwash hit my board, and I flipped over, and I went over the falls, and I tried to make sure I landed on my feet. I had my arms out, and my arms hit the side of the reef, went up above my head, and I kept falling. I hit the bottom and pushed up and hit the ledge, and then got pushed back down. That's when it really scared me. I got really scared. So I just sat on the bottom and just waited till I could see when the light was coming through. Pushed up and came up to the surface. My lips were like trumpets trying to get, I got one puff, and the next wave was coming in. This guy named John Dyer was catching the right, and he couldn't catch it, and he fell out of the sky. As soon as I broke the surface to get a puff of air, this guy fell right into my lap. Wow. And we both got pounded on the next wave, rolled around. I'm trying to push him away from me. And he's hanging on me, then he comes in and tells everybody he saved my life. And both ends of my board were broken off on the same wave. This end and this end. First wave, I just grabbed my board, went over with my tail between my legs, and just thought I'd sleep that one off. But there's times when it's not going for you, you just kind of walk away and come back again. I was really fortunate because my surfing's progressed with the advent of the shortboard. So it was really easy to, especially switching sand. The little boards, as they progressed, man, it was really neat. In fact, I would say that the advent of the shortboard did more for my surfing than anything else. Yeah, because it just all of a sudden there was so much, you had so much more freedom. Yeah. But and then one thing led to another, and then basically our pipeline boards were all 8 foot, whether it was. If you have a board that's too big, it won't fit the curve of the face of the wave. Like 8.6 was too big for me, but an 8 foot was perfect. An 8.6 was a little too long.
Yeah, you wouldn't think 6 inches would make a difference.
I know. And but we did a lot of trial in there. But basically, what we came up with was just a simple pintail with a V. You got a little bit of V in front of the fin, from like right here to right there is where your V bottom is. Right in here, from there to there. So all you basically do is just lean on the inside plane.
Your boards, I mean, they're going to be, I'm sure a lot of them are signed by you.
Oh yeah, gold. I signed them in 18 karat gold, right in front of the fin and on the top.
Right and there. Special edition.
Special edition pipeline.
I mean, collector items, but they're also still fully functional riding boards.
I got one I made for myself, just like this, only 6 inches longer.
Wow.
I go out there and try not to can't kill myself. I've come close a few times.
Yeah. Now we talked about this earlier. I mean, how cool would it be to have a challenge?
That'd be really
lightning bolt
neat.
challenge, single fin, exact same board.
Yeah, somebody wants to put that together, man. We're all for it. To get in touch with me, it's RoryRussell.com or RoryRussellSurfSchool.com. Aloha.